On this episode, we'll be traveling to various locations in Southern California, and we'll be featuring Tony T's show-winning 1962 Impala wagon, Anime, Joey Jimenez's rose-colored 1956 Nomad, Jesse Lopez's 1965 Pearl Impala wagon, and Emilio Gonzalez's custom 1964 Impala wagon. This is the Art of Lowriding. A true automotive enthusiast has a passion for their dream car and strives to create their own vision of what that car should be, with each vehicle owner being the artist and their car as a canvas, creating automotive art and their dream ride. Hello everyone, I'm Daniel Ayala. On this episode, we'll be focusing on wagons. We're at Mario's Auto Works in Montclair, and behind me is a wagon in need of a little TLC. Most vehicles in this show started off in this type of condition. Now, generally people think of wagons as family utility vehicles, but that's not always the case. And Chevy made some very interesting wagons, from the Nomad wagon in the 50s to the Impala wagon in the 60s. On this episode, we'll be featuring some of these unique vehicles and meeting the owners of these special rides. So I invite you to join me as we uncover the art of lowriding. I'm here with Tony, owner of this beautiful 62 Impala wagon. Tony, pleasure to meet you. Let's say a breakdown of what the car was like when you got it and what you had to go through to build it.
When I first picked it up, I'd say 80% of the exterior parts were inside the back of the car. So it was a true project when I picked it up. The car was it wasn't in horrible shape. So I parked it in the garage for maybe about 6 months, and I just do small little things, and eventually started getting it running.
So the mechanical wise, did you do all the engine work first before you did anything else?
Yeah, nothing pretty, nothing pretty. Just running. Just got it running. Got it registered, got it running. Okay. The next year I got my income tax check. Okay. Got it painted. The very next year I got my income tax check. I put the interior in, I put rims in. Okay. And it started rubbing in the inside. So talked with my buddies over at Mario's Auto Works. They told me what to do, hooked me up with a rear end.
What type of rear end?
It's a Ford Granada. Okay. Rear end, 8.5.
So after the rear end was in, where we go?
At that point, I started making a little bit of money.
Oh boy, here we go. So, the sky's the limit now.
I took it back over to my boys at Mario's Auto Works, and I had them paint the car, repaint the car again, and that's when I had them go ahead and candy it. I had another partner of mine who shaved the firewall for me, did the frame work for me. So
the paint is looks like multiple colors. So do you know what the colors are and how they are? Because you got light and dark.
All I know is that this is a rainbow. They go somewhere from a purple down to a green to a red. And this is all out of the mind of Mario and Mario's Auto Works. I just explained to him that I wanted something subtle that popped. Came and picked it up, and this is what it came out with.
And it's also got like 2 different shades of purple on it too.
Correct. That's right. Yeah. That's right. All the pinstriping and everything was done by Mike Lamberson.
Right.
Eventually, after I got everything painted in, I was able to find power windows. So I brought those home, wired the car myself in 4 days, in between things.
Yeah,
you know.
Right. Finding the time
when kids go to sleep. Then I go in the garage and work for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Ended up putting the moonroof in, 42-inch moonroof.
Nice.
Digital dash. I did all the wiring, all the interior wiring and everything I did myself.
Your dash is all molded?
Molded dash with a custom billet faceplate.
Yeah, bezel, okay. And then,
I think one of the last things I did was I put in my mural.
So who did the mural?
Sal out of Riverside.
Okay.
I had a vision on what I wanted. I dedicated the car to my grandmother.
Okay. What was her name?
Anime.
Okay.
So the car is called Anime.
Awesome.
And what the mural is a picture of my grandmother and my grandfather, and they're sitting with the scene behind them of my grandfather's church that he pastored for 35 years.
But tell us about the engine. It's fully chrome, a lot of detail in there, a lot of hard lines.
Miguel's did the hard lining for me. At that time, you know, Edelbrock was the one, you know. So I went ahead and got all Edelbrock stuff. They were billet, and I had everything chrome.
Nice. You painted the block the same color as the
car?
I
painted the block the same color, shaved the firewall. I had Mike Lamberson come and put the anime on the firewall.
Nice. Tell us about the setup, the hydraulics.
The setup, what I got is, this is a basic setup. I got 3 squares. I got front, back, 3 wheels on each side. Basically 4 switches.
Pumps, what type are they?
Hoppos.
Hoppos,
yeah.
Okay. The wheels, 13-inch?
13-inch 7s. I got them from Galaxy Wheel.
Tell me about your sound system.
It's a Sony head unit. I have Alpine V12 amp for the highs. I've got a Fosgate mono amp for the subwoofers. The subwoofers are kickers, 10-inch kickers.
10-inch.
I got Pioneer tweeters throughout, 4 tweeters, and Pioneer mid-range.
Mids, okay. Now who installed the system?
Yours truly.
Oh, you did the whole thing yourself.
In the garage.
All right, there you go. Tell us about your headlights.
I came across these headlights that were for a total opposite car. I was able to tear them apart, and I had to bore out the back end to make these fit. So they're projection headlights with halos,
nice.
HID. Looks great at night. Looks sinister.
I bet.
Yeah.
How about the grill?
Custom grill. I had the grill handmade. Greg D'Alba grid the grill for me.
Nice. Well, Tony, awesome car, man. I love it. I know you win a lot of trophies for this thing. I've seen you at the shows.
A few.
So your house has got to be full of them. And your wife, I know she supports you on it. A great family.
Yes.
Anything time you build a car, there's a family behind you that's building this car.
Yep, the whole family.
You can get a whole family because we can't do it on our own, right?
No.
It's awesome. Great job. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
This is another fine example of a lowrider. Hoppos Custom Suspension Works has been in the automotive customizing business for over 20 years. The owner Art has owned and built many custom cars and award-winning hoppers, and has become a respected fabricator and installer in the customizing community. Hoppos has grown into a full fabrication shop with a crew of highly skilled installers, including a full machine shop making custom suspension parts all in-house. From mild to wild, if you can think it, Hoppos can make your custom suspension dreams come true. With a fully stocked warehouse of parts for hydraulic or air adjustable suspensions, frame modifications, wheels and tires, and even one-off billet parts, Hoppos has you covered. So if you're looking for an innovative custom suspension company, visit Hoppos Suspension Works at their new location or online at www.hopposonline.com. I'm here with Joey, the owner of this beautiful little 56 Nomad. Joey, thank you for meeting with us today and showing us this car. Give us a kind of a little description, a background of what the car was like when you got it and how it got to be in this beautiful car that it is today.
Well, I was actually working out in Nuevo, California when I spotted the car was for sale.
Awesome.
And the owner and I, we struck a deal. It was kind of a hot rod, and it was a driver. Brought it home. Thought I was going to go ahead and start working on it then, but finances were a little not where they were, so I put it on the shelf for a little while. And about 5 years later, I decided that I was going to go ahead and start building the car. I went ahead, we started taking the all the paint off, and found out the right quarter panel had been hit pretty hard. And from there, it was painted by Noah at Duran's Auto Body in Azusa.
Did they replace the quarter too?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah. He asked me to bring everything in, and I brought whatever kind of sheet metal I could buy. And other than that, the car was in bad shape.
Now, when it was painted, was it on the frame at the time, or did you have it off the frame?
No, I had taken it. I took the frame out. When it got it powder coated, I put a substitute frame under the car, and from there I went to Noah's.
So after you put the body on the frame, what did you do to the frame actually when you had it on?
Well, the frame is powder coated, but replaced the suspension, put tubular control arms in the front, disc brakes, and it's still got the stock rear end in the car.
Okay. When you had the car apart, who'd you take the chrome to?
Well, most of the chrome was done by Abalonio at AB Polishing in Montclair.
And you disassembled the car yourself and put it together?
Yes, I took the all the moldings off and had them straightened, polished.
At that time, did you replace the engine and tranny?
The engine, it's got a 350 in it, and it's got a 400 trans. I painted the block.
Same color as the car?
Same color as the car. Powder coated the inner and outer wheel wells.
Okay.
And just chromed up through, with
chromed it out.
Yeah,
I noticed that you have like aluminum coolers on it and all.
I got the Edelbrock chrome type intake, and the Edelbrock valve covers.
Did the cooling system, is it a kit where the radiator cooler and the fan, with a tranny cooler,
yes,
AC cooler?
It's all in a kit. It's all aluminum.
All aluminum? Tilt steering wheel?
Yeah, it's got an Idea tilt steering wheel. And I replaced the big 14-inch steering wheel with the smaller version of the original type of steering wheel.
Awesome. Tell us about the upholstery.
It's like a synthetic leather, and I've had it to kind of look like the original style interior.
Yeah, it does. And the colors that it kind of mimics the outside.
Exactly.
Nice. Who did the upholstery?
Jose Garcia.
What's the name of the
shop?
No,
he's independent. He's out of Paris.
Oh, okay. He just does it out of his house.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Type of wheels that you have on it and tires?
Well, the tires are 520s.
Premium sport.
Premium sportways with True Classic rims.
So like an OG.
With like an older style.
Yeah, older style. Look.
I've always liked that look.
Very nice. Tell us about the stereo system.
Well, the stereo is actually EFX. They went ahead and designed all the speakers, and they provided the speakers and they provided the amps, and the only thing I needed to do was to provide a head unit, and that was through Hector's in Pomona.
Hector's Car Audio.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's got like an OG color bar.
You have some accessories on here. Tell us about the accessories.
It's got the original style type of spotlights. Those are 55, 56, 57 styles.
Those are real spotlights. You actually
they actually
operate
work
from the
and
inside.
operate from the inside.
Okay.
And it's got the original sun visor.
Tell us about the paint.
The paint is a semi-metallic in the front, a dusty rose.
Is that a original 56 color?
It's an original 56 color, but of course it's got little metallics in it.
Okay.
The back end of the car is like a bone ivory, and that has a raspberry pearl in it.
Oh, nice. Gives it a pop. Nice little pop to it. I've seen you at charity functions before. Tell me what you get involved with and how you show this car.
Well, one of the main places I go to, I'm involved with the Bill Glass Prison Ministry, and goes to the prisons probably 3 times a year.
Oh, nice.
In fact, this car will be going up to Fresno, probably to Corcoran.
Oh, nice. So there's a higher calling that you use this car for.
Oh, amen.
Amen.
All
right.
for God's glory.
Awesome, man. That's good to hear. Well, Joey, your car is beautiful.
Thank you.
I've seen it many times at shows, on the cruise nights. It's beautiful. Draws a lot of attention. Thank you for showing it to us.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Now, Joey's car is another fine example of today's lowrider. I'm here with Jesse, the owner of this beautiful 65 Impala wagon. Jesse, give us a breakdown on what the car was like when you got it and what it took to get it to the stage that it's in right now.
Yeah, when I got the car back in 1996, it was actually one of my big purchases after I got married. The car was in pretty good condition, pretty cherry. Bought it from an old man in El Monte, original paperwork. Everything's with the car. Still had the nylon, old school tires, hubcaps, everything. And I just pretty much brought it home, and then that's when the process began, Luckily, the wife was there 100% to back me up on this whole journey that we took together as a family.
Sweet.
And we're still enjoying it to this day, and it's a good thing. But, it takes time.
So what was the first thing you did on the car?
First thing I did with the car was, after getting it here, was taking it over to E&S Automotive out of Fontana. Did the engine work, took the motor out, rebuilt it. I kept the original Power Glide tranny just to keep it old school. I like that rapping, old school pipe sound when
the RPMs are up high.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm good with that,
Okay.
I just love that old school sound.
There you go.
Once it came out of the the auto shop, took it over to Starbucks Auto Graphics. I believe they were out of Corona at that time. And Believe it or not, my car and my other buddy's car was the first lowrider cars that he had ever worked on. Because basically he did hot rods, he did mini trucks. That's his thing, was mini trucks.
So what was the color that you ended up choosing to paint?
This car is actually, the color was a mistake, believe it or not.
Really?
I wanted a light Argentine green color. I showed exactly what I wanted on the swatch. When I went to go look at my car, it was this color. But you know what? It was the best thing you could have done, because it's like a totally different color, totally different everything, and it's like a nostalgic color, but it has a twist. It has that pearl.
It's a gold pearl in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really looks, it pops.
So that actually, the name of this color is Willow Frost Clear Coat Metallic. It's not blue, it's not gray, it's actually green, but the sun has to hit it right for it to give you the true color of what it is.
And then the pearl pops at that point.
The pearl is when it comes out, yeah. The pearl is what gives it that green accent. You know?
Right.
It was a mistake.
Nice.
Good mistake.
Nice. Yeah, that happens.
Absolutely.
So when he got the car, he dismantled it for you?
He did. I took him everything. The car, I parked it. He told me pretty much, this is what I'm gonna do. I'll have your chromes off of your car. Gave me 2 days, 3 days, come by, pick up your chrome. He did give me the call. Of course, you know, sandblocked them. He did the whole 10 yards. A couple of cancer spots that he took out for me. Of course, because once you get down to the bare metal, that's where the true, you know, everything's hidden under all this paint. But like I said, it was a little fender bender the guy had at one time.
Oh, okay.
So he had it, you know, he polished that up for me. Went by, picked up the chrome, took it over to Almonte Painting Company at that time, and everything, interior, exterior, whatever, it was done out of there. Took about a month to get the chrome back. Took it back to Starbucks Auto Graphics, and he put everything on for me.
Nice. So then after the paint, car's assembled, you pick it up. What's next?
From there, I had already set up an appointment with Ramirez Upholstery out of Fontana.
Okay.
Now the color, it's a different color in the sense that this is not a stock color.
Right.
I wanted that. And I got to give full credit for my wife for that, because she picked the color.
Oh, nice.
Only because it needed a woman's eye. You know, I was coming at different angles, going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Wife said, let's go with this color because it's going to give you the contrast of the paint.
Cool. I like the way the family's involved with
absolutely, you know, and it did. And then we threw a Mercedes carpet in there, a light tan Mercedes carpet, so it set off. So the color of the interior is like a Madrid off-white is what they call it. It's not exactly white, it's not exactly beige, it's just right in between. And then it just has a nice tan Mercedes carpet and just sets everything up perfectly.
Very nice. Okay, so from the upholstery, where did you go at that point?
After that, kind of like I said, I drove it around for a while, kind of left it the way it was because it just sat clean, you know. I was against hydros at the moment, but I kind of came around to the idea of having hydros, so I put hydraulics on the car, and just to get that whole true lowrider up and down effect, you know. To me now, if a car doesn't have hydraulics, to me it's not really a true lowrider. You got to have that up and down effect.
Because you got to lay to play, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So after the hydros, what was the next step?
The hydros, I went ahead and did some pinstriping.
Okay.
Just to give a bit of more of an accent on the car to bring out the color as well. I went through Mike Lamberson.
And then did you go to the undercarriage from there?
I did the undercarriage when I joined Style Car Club, only because when I came to the club, their standards are a little bit above, you know, and that's what turned me on to the club originally. So good buddies came by actually here at the house, and we tore the undercarriage apart. Came with all the tools needed, you know, and that's what the car club is all about, is members coming through for each other at the time of need. And
so they helped you strip the undercarriage?
Stripped undercarriage.
Tore all the undercoating out?
Everything. I had Danny come by and painted all my undercarriage or chassis and fender walls.
Right there in the driveway.
In the driveway, absolutely. And who does that, you know?
Yeah.
But it came out good.
Yeah.
Best thing I could have done for it, because it just makes the chrome pop, you know, and that's what you want.
Right. So then you had everything chromed at the undercarriage at that point?
At that point, everything was chrome, absolutely.
Who did the chroming on the undercarriage?
I believe it was Victor out of Pomona.
The wheels, what kind of wheels do you have on it?
I have 13/7 reverse Dainton wire wheels. I love Danes.
88 spokes?
88 spokes, yeah. To me, Danes are Danes. It's like the Nike of
there you go.
of the lowrider, you know. I could buy cheaper rims, but why, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you spend this much money on a car, keep going forward and spend an extra few bucks and get the Danes, you know.
Well, Jesse, thank you very much for showing us this beautiful car.
Absolutely, Danny.
I appreciate it. it really is a beautiful car, and it shows well. Even though the paint job is as old as it is since '96, it still looks like a fresh paint job. You really take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, Jesse's car is another fine example of today's lowrider. Habo's Custom Suspension Works has been in the automotive customizing business for over 20 years. The owner, Art, has owned and built many custom cars and award-winning hoppers, and has become a respected fabricator and installer in the customizing community. Habo's has grown into a full fabrication shop with a crew of highly skilled installers, including a full machine shop making custom suspension parts all in-house. From mild to wild, if you can think it, Habo's can make your custom suspension dreams come true. With a fully stocked warehouse of parts for hydraulic or air adjustable suspensions, frame modifications, wheels and tires, and even one-off billet parts, Habo's has you covered. So if you're looking for an innovative custom suspension company, visit Habo's Suspension Works at their new location or online at www.haposonline.com. I'm here with Emilio, owner of the awesome 64 Impala. Emilio, thank you for showing us this car. Give us a little background on the car, how you got it, and what it took to get to this point.
Well, I bought the car off Buddy, one of the guys in the club, Rigo. Bought it, and it was pretty jacked up.
In bad shape?
Bad shape, it was in bad shape. The quarter panel was wrecked. Had to replace the quarter panel, interior, everything. This whole car had to go completely everything through.
Okay. What did you start with first?
First off, went to a shop in Hammett to do the body work. Didn't go so well there, so we had to pull it out of there. And then it went to Habo's after that, so he can do the setup.
Okay.
He's the one who lifted it first. After that, when we got it back, took it all apart and shipped it to Area 51, which is a shop in Bellflower. Albert went to town on the body work. He molded the skirts, the dash, the firewall. Every molding was taken off and molded in. They did the body work, redid the body work, paint, interior.
Okay.
And then, yeah, Albert, Eddie, and they call him Blind Stitch Mike, who did the interior.
Okay. The interior is done in velour?
Yeah, and the velour, and then
the vinyl?
The pleather.
The pleather, okay.
The pleather.
Okay, simulated leather.
Yeah. And then, yeah, and then from there, after they did all the body work, painted it, they sanded it, and then they shipped it over to Mike Lamberson, which he did all the striping and the leafing on it.
Okay.
Got it back to them, cleared it over
the striping.
Over the striping, color sand and buffed it.
Nice.
That was like a 8-month project there.
Okay.
They did all that. But once I got it back home painted, that's when I started putting the motor on, all the bumpers.
What type of motor did you put in there?
A 350.
Okay, and the tranny?
The tranny's a 350 also.
Okay.
So took it out. It used to be a 3-speed on the column.
Oh, so you made it automatic.
We made it automatic.
Right.
Yeah, from there, and then drove it for about 6 months. Busted the frame on it, 3-wheeling and hopping.
Ouch.
So, yeah, so we had to take it apart. I took it to Chico at M&M Customs. Stripped it all down. Got a new frame. We boxed it, powder coated it. Molded the A-arms, trailing arms. Everything got re-chromed, and started putting it all back together.
Okay. So they took the body off the frame and put it back together for you?
Back together for me.
Okay. And so at that point, they redid the hydraulic setup completely?
Yeah, Chico and Joe redid all the hydraulics, all new lines. We did new pumps, everything on it, all new.
The cylinders in the back, they locks up really high. What size are the
14s.
cylinders? 14s. Boy, that thing's way up there. It's nice. It shows that chrome undercarriage in the back real well.
The only way to change my tire with the molded skirts.
Molded skirts, yeah, perfect. It's the right height for you to change that back tire. What size of tires you got there?
155, 80/13.
So 13-inch wire wheels, custom?
Yeah, powder coated black to go with the silver and black.
With chrome spokes?
Yeah, yeah, chrome spokes. That was
awesome. What'd you do on the brakes?
Disc brakes, I got them from CPP. We did the disc brakes, 605 gearbox from them.
From CPP?
All the steering rods, everything, pivot arm, everything I got from CPP. The
awesome.
Steering,
nice stuff.
Yeah, everything's all chromed out. The back I left it stock. The only thing we did was shorten the rear end an inch.
On each side?
On each side, yeah.
You switch the pan right arm to the wishbone.
Yeah.
So the rear end doesn't shift? Okay.
That way it
nice.
won't hit the skirts.
Nice, nice. So it stays in one spot all the time,
stays.
going up and down instead of swinging like most Impalas do.
Yeah, when you lock it up, it moves to the side.
Yeah, because it travels a lot, so that thing would move a lot. The chrome, all the chrome. Who did the chrome for you?
Chico did it at M&M Hydraulics. He did all the chrome.
The engine and the bumpers?
No, the engine. I did all the engine, tranny, all that.
Who did the chroming for you on the engine and tranny?
Millennium in Ontario. Victor from Millennium. He did all the. He does all my chroming.
So is the grill is all redone?
That's repolished.
Yeah, just
all
redone.
And the engine, all the valve covers, everything's polished. Yeah, everything.
Radiator. I noticed you have
radiator.
aluminum.
I got it from Matson's Radiator. His name's a Fan Man out in Stanton.
It's custom made.
Custom made, yeah.
With the dual fans and the radiator cooler in it, no?
Yeah, the
really nice piece of work.
One-piece fan shroud.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
The sunroof. You got a sunroof in it.
Sunroof, yeah.
How big is it?
Well, they say it's a 40, but it's off the newer cars.
Okay.
The shop's called Airstream. They're in Ontario. They're the ones who did the sunroof for me.
Sweet. And the audio system? My
buddy at Audio Image, Frank, in Ontario, did all the system. We did Hyphonics amps, Infinity 6x9s, Infinity highs, JL Audio 10-inch speakers, subwoofers.
Nice.
They're 10s. So we got.
Gives you a nice, crisp, clear sound.
Yeah. Really
what's
good.
What's a head unit?
It's Pioneer.
Oh, the Pioneer system. Yeah. Sweet. Well, Emilio, I enjoyed it. The beautiful car. I love it. It really shows well. It's just a beautiful. This is a street car that he shows and he enjoys playing with.
Daily driver.
The family, he takes the family out, the daughter, everything, right?
Oh yeah. Dog with them. The dog.
The dog there. It's a family affair.
We take the dog with us.
Well, thank you for showing it. It's beautiful. And today, Emilio's car is another fine example of a lowrider. Today's show was a perfect example of thinking outside the box. Where the majority of the car builders tend to lean towards two-door convertible or hardtop rides, these enthusiasts departed from that tradition and decided to build something different. It just goes to show that all cars can shine. And if you have a passion for something, anything can be achieved. No matter what your budget, you can build your own masterpiece and join the club of automotive enthusiasts. So if you know where there's an old car somewhere rusting away, no matter what it is, buy it and start your own journey. The Art of Lowriding is currently looking for advertisers to be part of this cutting-edge automotive show. If you're interested in joining us, contact us at theartoflowriding@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I look forward to seeing you next time as we uncover the art of lowriding.